Hello, and welcome to Bad Penny Press, a KeyForge newsletter, issue 26 for the week of July 17th, 2023. Starting with our top stories. On the evening of July 14th, 2023, the amount of KeyForge decks discovered in the KeyForge Master Vault exceeded 3 million. It is widely believed that the threshold crossing deck is Mousy Jackson Apollo from Call of the Archons. This milestone represents an average of about 1,762 decks discovered per day since the game's launch on November 15, 2018. On July 16th, Decks of KeyForge was updated to version 6.18. Most notably, this included the first version of SAS for Winds of Exchange. In the update, Decks of KeyForge owner Nova wrote, "The first version of SAS for WoW is officially released today. I've gotten help from a small group of folks on the Decks of KeyForge Discord server." In no particular order, Jay Philippeg, Big Z, xoque, Roger Shrubber, Ashapalev, Player Herp, and QuickDraw3457 all helped create and refine this release. In related news, Nova has recently made Decks of KeyForge a public GitHub repository and open source codebase. All bug and feature requests should be submitted through the new Decks of KeyForge GitHub page, and those interested in helping to code the open source project should join the Decks of KeyForge Discord server. In Ask a Judge, my opponent has Whirlpool in play. On my turn, I play Mark of Dis, dealing damage to a single charrette in my battle line. At the end of the turn, Whirlpool's ability resolves to put charrette into my opponent's battle line. Does this force my opponent to choose Dis as their active house? Whirlpool reads, at the end of each player's turn, that player gives control of the creature on their right flank to their opponent and moves it to that player's left flank. Mark of Dis reads, play, deal 2 damage to a creature. If it is not destroyed, its controller must choose that creature's house as their active house on their next turn. Charrette reads, play, capture 3 Ember. The answer is no. Mark of Dis's ability establishes a lasting effect that resolves on the charrette's controller's next turn, which is set at the time Mark of Dis resolves. Even if the charrette's controller changes, the lasting effect still applies as created at the time when Mark of Dis was played. This means that your opponent can choose whatever house they want as their active house. It also means that you would be forced to choose Dis as your active house for the next turn. In KeyForge Play, NKFL Season 21 will start on August 7th, with deadline to sign up on July 23rd. Signups are already over 150 people, and a link to the signups is available in the description, and more information can be found on the NKFL Discord and at nkfl.online. The NKFL World Cup number 1 is in progress. The top 2 teams from each group will go on to the quarterfinals, which includes USA number 2 and Argentina, Germany and Vietnam, USA number 1 and Netherlands, and Sweden and the United Nations. The quarterfinals are now set and include USA 2 versus Vietnam, Germany versus United Nations, USA 1 versus Argentina, and Sweden versus Netherlands. In content feature, Ghost Galaxy has released highlights from the KeyForge 2023 Vault Tour in Philadelphia on YouTube. In Master Vault numbers, as of July 16th, 2023, a total of 3,001,350 decks were registered in the Master Vault. This reflects an increase of 5,546 decks in the last week. This concludes issue 26 of Bad Penny Press. If you like this issue of Bad Penny Press, please share it with a friend or leave us a comment. If you've got a news item, online play update, or rules question, feel free to send us an email. Bad Penny Press is also available each week via Reddit, Substack, or your favorite podcast provider. Please see the description for links. Please subscribe to get Bad Penny Press to return into your hand each week. Thank you for watching and listening.